Hey guys, just Leclerc here. Tonight I decided to talk to you all while I make one of my favorite meals, which is spaghetti. Okay, to my friends who know me, they obviously know I love pasta, so spaghetti, okay. Anyway, before I begin, if you can hit the like and subscribe button below, I'd very much appreciate it. Alrighty, let's get started. So, I don't know about you, but when somebody makes the ridiculous statement of there's too much garlic, that's blasphemy. There is no such... Okay. I don't know about you, but for me, there's no such thing as too much garlic. But to each his own. Anyway, don't want to start an internet debate over garlic. Where to begin? So, what was today like? Well, today started off at 5 and woke up to my alarm, and it still wasn't light out and everything, but I could tell it was stormy. And honestly, today was a pretty good day overall. I got to see one of my best friends when I went to work. That was kind of fun. Got to see my neighbor today. And did a lot of things to help me out and doing what I call is self-love. And that one of those things is me making my favorite meal, which is spaghetti. Because honestly, I had a rough week. I had to do a lot of paperwork, a lot of phone calls, and for me, somebody like me with autism, sometimes phone calls aren't necessarily the funnest thing to do. But they say you gotta do what you gotta do, no matter what. So, what did I do today? So, started with waking up, and texted Mom good morning, asked her how she was, and I said I can't talk too much because I gotta get started for work, which was at 7. So, let's see here. I started looking at all my notifications, and by the way, before I get any further, to all my followers in California and the West Coast, I'm sending my prayers and thoughts, all right? I can't begin to imagine what kind of devastation you're going through. And to anybody else that's watching this that's suffering from all these natural disasters and everything, it will get better. It won't happen overnight, but it will get better. Sometimes in life, things happen. Alrighty. So I was looking at my notifications and saw the cutest video on earth of a golden lab retriever. And if anybody knows me, if I see a golden retriever or a German Shepherd puppy video, I have to watch it. And I think that's one of my issues. I love dogs too much. Okay, it's not an issue, okay? If you love dogs too much, there is no such thing as loving a dog too much, okay? Anyway, and so 5 minutes later of awing, and I'm like, oh my god, he's so cute. I finally realized I gotta get started for work. So there I am in the kitchen, eating breakfast, getting started, looking out the window and thinking, what a gorgeous day. And then losing it because I realized, okay, now it's 6:15. So, hopped in the shower and pretty much got ready for work and everything and headed to work at 7:50. Not even 7:50. I'm 6:50. So, on another point, guys, if you want to comment what kind of ingredients you like to use when you make your spaghetti, now, don't start a comment war over who has the best spaghetti, okay? That's not what this is about. Okay, honestly, we can all say our mothers made the best spaghetti. I know mine did, but not to start a debate. For me, the kind of ingredients that I like to use are fresh garlic. I like to use garlic powder when I season the hamburger and the beef. I use pepper. What else do I use? I use plum tomatoes, which are these guys and everything. And tonight I decided to change up the recipe by using scallions, which are, I think they're baby onions. I'm not sure, but I'd have to look that up. Let's see here. And I go to the local grocery store, and to help me save on money, I always, for the spaghetti sauce and the spaghetti and the pasta, I get the store brand, so whatever you do is you and everything, but if you're struggling with budgeting and everything, I would recommend asking your local store if they have store brand. And not store brand, but yeah, store brand, that's what I want. Other products, and sometimes it'll be cheaper, sometimes it won't, but for me, it's cheaper to do that. On another note, there's no such thing as too much tomato. No such thing. I mean, for real, I'm using 2 tomatoes. Okay. Me and my mom, we like tomatoes in our spaghetti, okay? Let's just leave it at that. So whenever I make spaghetti, I always message mom and I say, hey, you want some dinner and everything? And I'll make spaghetti, and then I'll divide it up into Tupperware containers, and I'll take some to her, and then I'll just keep the rest. That way she can have a nice meal when she gets home from work. Yes, I'm a mama's boy, and no, I'm not ashamed of it. I'm proud of it, okay? And thus starts 5 minutes of blushing. Why do I do that to myself? Why? Anyway, moving on. Also, I'm going to be using mushrooms. I'll have to look at what kind, but they're sliced. That in the package I got, they're sliced. But I'm just gonna dice them up just a little bit, and then maybe throw in a couple of whole ones. And because honestly, I like mushrooms in mine. And for the tomatoes, sometimes some people like them chunky. Sometimes some people like them really, really diced. And then, for me, I like them halfway between chunky and halfway between diced. So, yeah. If any of you guys have, like, homemade recipes, mention that too. For me, I'm just following what I think is a good recipe for me. Everything. But, everybody has their own thing. And will this thing get off me? My goodness. There we go. I'm talking about the day. So, I got home from work. And honestly, I was a little drained, but today was a good day at work. Can't complain. I love my coworkers. I love my job. It's honestly the greatest thing that happened to me. It took me a long while to get a job, but I'm proud of myself. Let's see here. Got that. And I realized I had some more phone calls to make and more paperwork to make and fill out. But that's what adulting is, even though it's miserable. But you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes in order to survive. And honestly, having my neighbors next door and upstairs who I can talk to if I need a shoulder to lean on or somebody to listen to me, it's the greatest thing on earth. Because sometimes I feel alone here, but then I realize I have people that are like, I wouldn't say family, but if we need someone to talk to, that's the kind of relationship we have. Yep, and that's what I did. I needed somebody to talk to. So, went over to my neighbor, and she needed a bracelet fixed that I made for her. And so I grabbed the beads and everything, so I'll get that done tomorrow if I have some time, or the next day. But I realized I hadn't talked to my neighbor Clay in a while. Well, I wouldn't say a while, but so I went upstairs and knocked, and we chatted for quite a bit while I waited for the mail truck. Talked about life, talked about a lot of things. And like I said, it's a great feeling knowing that somebody's there for me and that I'm not all alone. Alrighty. Be back just a minute. I should probably get started on the hamburger now. Oh boy, those breadsticks smell so good and everything. I want to eat them all and everything, but I gotta share one for Mom, so. Alrighty. Friends. Ready? Garlic powder. Like I said, there's no such thing as too much garlic, okay? So don't judge me, alright? No, I love you guys, don't worry. There we go. Alrighty. On another note, if you guys want to mention what kind of spices you use and things like that. Oh. Because for me, I just use, let's see here. I just use standard pepper and everything. And then I'll just use garlic powder and salt. Let's see here. Now to get the salt. Where are you? And sometimes I'll throw in a couple of the tomato slices or chunks to give it some of that good flavor. But I'm not sure if that works, but if you're a chef, I'm sorry. But that's how I cook. Anyway, okay, I got that. So, when it comes to beef, I used to get organic, but then it got really expensive. But, excuse me, need a drink. Sorry about that. This is what happens when you do a vlog and everything, your throat gets dry. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, beef. But for me, going to my local grocery store and going to the meats, and I don't know if they have a meat in, yeah, I would call it the meat section. They have a great selection. Sometimes, for me, I get the family pack, which is technically two things of hamburger and one thing, or you can just get the individual one. It's a little bit more expensive to do, but I'll take one, make something with it, and then I'll put the other one in the freezer for something else later. Which is another skill that I learned. Because when I first started cooking here, when I first moved in here, I really wasn't the greatest. I wasn't taking good care of my body. And I really didn't have a lot of money either. I mean, my neighbor will tell you this. I struggled. And I will admit, there were some days that I felt like giving up. But I realized I had family and everything. But there were some days that I would just have a box of macaroni and cheese, have that for lunch and then dinner, just have some soda, and then have some snacks. And it really wasn't healthy food. So then, just recently, I decided to actually take some advice somebody gave me. Even though it was advice I didn't like to hear, sometimes that advice is the best advice for you. Alright? And decided to change my eating habits. Albeit, sometimes I like a little snacking, and nobody judge me, please, okay? We all have that day where we just want to grab a bag of chips, watch Netflix, and then... Okay, yeah, you get the picture. Anyway, moving on. And now it's this. Me using actual ingredients, beef, spaghetti, sauce, and actually eating something. Sometimes when I make spaghetti, I'll make something like a salad, but I just want to eat spaghetti tonight. But typically with a meal, you want to have like, what is it? Something like a vegetable, some protein such as meat, I think poultry. Anyway, if you're in the United States and you, I think there's a website that you can go to by the federal government, and I think it's My Plate or something like that. I'll have to look it up and everything, but it was something we did in college and everything. And what they do is that they tell you the average proportion, the recommended daily proportions of meats, dairies, whatnot, and the food groups that you should have. So if you want to research that, by all means, go ahead. But I think it's my Plate or something like that. But anyway, not to get sidetracked. So once I got done talking to my neighbor Clay and everything, he's such a great guy. He really doesn't judge, even when I struggled in the beginning. Let's see here. How that started. Now went to the store, grabbed the garlic and everything. Grabbed a drink and everything. For me, I like sparkling juice. But yeah. Let's see here. What did I do with the salt? Oh, there's the salt. Hang on. Just gotta get the water started. Alrighty. Should probably get the strainer out too. And hopefully nothing falls out on me like that video I saw in today. Okay, there we go. There it is. And if anybody was wondering what I just said, you know how sometimes you open up your Tupperware container, cupboard, drawer, and an avalanche happens? I saw a good video of what happens when you don't properly stack and have stored Tupperware containers, and it was just miserably hilarious until I realized that almost happened to me 5 times while living here, so I really can't say much. Anyway, moving on. Where was I? So I went to the store, grabbed everything, grabbed some personal items and everything. Got home, got my clothes set out, got the place cleaned up to do the video, got the breadstick started, and here I am right now. Anyway. So now that we got that started and everything. So on another note, if you guys make homemade sauce or make the sauce yourselves, if you have any recipes you want to share with anybody, by all means go ahead. Because for me, it's easier for me just to get it from the store, but I have a friend in, oh gosh, they make pasta sauce and everything like that from scratch, and it looked really good. Alright, where's those scallions? I got scallions and mushrooms. Alright. So the last time I made spaghetti, I used a Vidalia onion, I think that's what it's called. Or I can't remember the other name, but I know it as a Vidalia onion, but there's other names and everything, but and it's a lot of onion and everything. So this time I decided to go with scallions, which I think are baby onions. I'm not sure. I could be wrong on that, but anyway, because it's nice and simple. Oh boy, that's a strong, good smell and everything. That's why I always like scallions fresh, because It just tastes so good. Alrighty. So if you guys will bear with me, I just gotta get these guys thrown away. Right. Okay. Ready? Again, just a quick reminder: if you're just tuning in right now, make sure to hit the like and I can't even speak right now. My goodness, the like and the subscribe button, and share the video if you want. And I'd very much appreciate it, guys. Alrighty. So where was I? Oh yeah, cutting up the scallions. One recipe I knew. I used green bell pepper, and I sauteed the peppers and the onions together, and sometimes the tomatoes, and that just brought out the flavor, and it tasted so good. But right now, for this one, I just want to go with basics. So, got that. Cut off the ends like that. Like that. You know what? Alright, hang on. Just gonna grab a paper towel. Alright, just gotta stir the beef. Should probably turn up the water. Yeah. Also, if you don't know how to properly cut garlic, and there's a way to make it easy and everything. You can just search for some YouTube videos, because that's what I did a couple months ago, because I wanted to start cooking with garlic, and I knew from the culinary class I took in college that they have specific ways of cutting things, so I was just curious. So, and it just saves you the time from having to peel it, waste time and everything. Let's see here. Now I should really speed up and everything just because of the hamburger. Yep. All right. So I'm just gonna speed up along and everything so I can get these things in the burn with the beef. Okay. So just bear with me. again, if you guys have any recipes that you think other people would like, feel free to post them in the comments, because I'm pretty sure people like sharing ideas. Unless it's a family recipe, then that's a different story. For me right now, I'm just following a very standard basic one. Nothing too complicated, nothing too simple. Oh, the scallions with garlic, that sensation and that smell. It's pretty good. I'm not even sure if it's scallions or scallions. I really don't know. But, like I said, we're all not perfect. So, in a perfect world, let's just pretend I'm saying it right. Even though I think I am, but... Anyways, okay, got that. For me, I just like using this much of the stock from the scallion and everything, because I don't want too much onion or anything like that. But I want onion a little bit, so there we go. Got that. Let's do the beef. And if you guys are watching from around the world, good morning and good night, or good evening. Yep, I know I have a couple of followers in Australia, and I think New Zealand, or South Africa. I think, I'm not sure. But hello to you all. And to all my friends in the United Kingdom watching, I hope you guys had a great day and everything. Yeah. Let's see here. Just getting the beef stirred up, that way we can actually speed it up and everything. With some things that they use beef in, they'll call for draining or straining the grease or the fat out. For me, I like to keep it whenever I make spaghetti, because it's just more juices and everything. Let's see here. That started. Also, with the kinds of tomatoes, I used them plum tomatoes. They're really long, about that long and everything. But some people will use Roma. I think that's something anyway. But different tomatoes, different things. So whatever you use is fine. So the kinds of mushrooms that I'm using right now are wash and sliced baby bella fresh mushrooms. Like I said, I like to get all my ingredients fresh. I'm not going to use all of them and everything, because like I said, I like a little bit of chunky and everything. But alright. Yep. Thought I saw a spider walking by my foot. That would have been a disaster waiting to happen. Yes, I don't like spiders. I don't know anybody who does, but if you do, good. But they can just stay outside for all I care. Anyway, not to digress or anything, but alrighty, I think that's enough. Maybe, you know what? Yeah, let's do one more. There we go. Alright, now to get these covered up again. So the kind of sauce that I'm using tonight, it's flavored. It's a meat pasta sauce flavored with meat. Nope, let me rephrase that. It's really difficult. Well, I would say anyway, pasta sauce flavored with meat. It's pretty basic, and for those of you that want to do proportions, for me, I'm making for me, my mom, and everything, and I want to have servings left over for the rest of the week that I can maybe put in the freezer and everything. So I use a can, and then I use a box of spaghetti. And sometimes you don't have to use the whole box if you're just making for yourself, because a lot of pasta expands when you put it in water. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, moving on. If you guys like to use mushrooms in yours, whenever you do yours, by all means, say what kind and everything. But I'm not sure if they have different kinds that you can use, but for me, I like using Baby Bella. I think it's Bea or Bella. Anyway. And sometimes some people like their mushrooms chunky. Sometimes some people like theirs diced. For me, I'm like, again, with the tomatoes, I'm halfway between chunky and diced. So. Alrighty. Alrighty. Now that everything's ready, I'm just going to stir the beef one more time before we add everything. Alrighty, just going to add some garlic powder. Oh, I forgot that was one. Yeah, I don't want to dump the whole thing. Alright, get that stirred in. Alrighty. One trick my mom taught me to get the most out of your jar is to hold it like that and then set it down so, well, not in front of the camera obviously, so that the rest of the sauce can drain down to the front. That way you can get the most out of it. Because I will not tell you how many times she got mad when I threw the jar away and there was so much left. Alrighty, in you go. So I'm just adding the garlic, the mushrooms, and the scallions, and the tomatoes. Alrighty, in you go. There we go. Okay. Now to rinse this. Normally when I cook, I usually do the dishes and then cook at the same time. But for the purpose of making a video, I'm not going to do that. Add that pepper. Alright, add some pepper. Oh boy, that smells so good. Now I add some salt. Where is that salt? Okay, there's the salt. So I'll show you guys the meal right now, if it will let me. And there we are. Okay. So the other day, a friend asked me, what's it like having autism and being who I am? And my response was, it's not that different from being yourself and living a normal life. The only difference is I just process things differently. Doesn't mean I'm slow. It doesn't mean I'm gonna take forever for things. I just take my time and thinking, and that's all. And I think that's one of the things I wish this world would understand about autism is there's not just one kind of autism. There's many forms. We have a spectrum for a reason, meaning for somebody like me, I'm high functioning autism, and then we have low functioning, and then we have in between. And yeah, but sadly to say, some people in this world don't understand that. And I wouldn't blame them, because research into autism, I wouldn't say is in its infancy stages, but we still have a lot to learn. The other day also I had somebody message me, and they said that they felt really inspired by my blog that I do on Facebook, which is, for those of you that want to go check that out on Facebook, it's Autism, A Journey of Growth. I'll include a link in maybe the comments or description anyway. And I felt moved because knowing that somebody out there who I didn't know face to face, didn't know them personally or anything, and they felt inspired by my blog. And it's those messages that I get sometimes that really make me feel good, because some days are really hard. But anyway, we'll let that cook. Okay, just gonna get a drink. Alrighty. What to do? So what am I gonna do tomorrow? Well, tomorrow I just gotta work. Then once work's done, I'm gonna take some time to relax, and then I'm gonna bring over the spaghetti and the leftover breadsticks to Mom, so she has something yummy to eat during the evening and everything. Let's see here. Might go see if my computer is fixed. I ran into some issues with that, and yep. Honestly, I kind of miss flying on my simulator, so I wanted to get the computer looked at. So called the people today. They said hopefully tomorrow. I'm first in line tomorrow. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Well, I wouldn't say from the bottom of my heart, but anyway. On another note. Okay, come on. When I was growing up, when my mom made spaghetti, she used angel hair, which is like really thin spaghetti. And then, but for me, I'm just using classic spaghetti. And again, it's a store brand and everything, which doesn't mean it's going to taste different. It's the same thing as regular spaghetti. It's just cheaper. In fact, the store that I go to, Hannaford's, it's about 99 cents, I think. 96 or 99 cents, So those of you that live in the states of New England that have Hannaford's, I would recommend going for the classic spaghetti one. That's the one that I'm using, and their pasta sauce flavored with meat, and it's the family favorite ones. Alrighty. I can probably put this and then rinse this off. This way. So, my weekend might be something I'm looking forward to. I might go to see Mom and have pizza or something like that with her that we normally do on Friday nights. I can put that there. Let's see here. Other than that, oh yeah, that's right. I was gonna do that. So, I just gotta plan for Sunday's service and everything. Gotta do the organ music and everything. Gotta do the fruit and all that stuff. But other than that, things are going pretty good. Alrighty. I guess we can probably put the rest in now. Yeah, that's some good sauce. Alrighty. And if you want to know how long to cook your spaghetti for, most spaghetti boxes, they'll include the directions on the back. Alrighty. Alrighty. So 10 minutes. Timer 10. Okay. The other day I was watching this video, and it was this Italian cuisine documentary, and I just love it. And so then these two guys, they were in Italy, and they went to the shop, and this lady made pasta, and it looked really good. So for those of you that make your own pasta, you guys are like gods. Well, I won't say gods, but I, for one, cannot do that. I wish I could, but I can't. So I'll remember to put that on my bucket list. Make pasta by scratch. Alrighty. Alright, let's stir the pasta. What else do I want to discuss before we end the video? Well, alright. So, as we near the end of the video and everything, let's see here. I hope you guys found some of the information I gave you inspirational and somewhat fun to watch. Let's see here. I should have the video up by once I'm done getting the spaghetti served and everything. It will be on my YouTube channel, JLife Official, and I'll also include a link in that. It'll also be on my Autism page, and for my friends watching, I'll just post it to my regular Facebook page. So stick around for that. Let's see here. Just gonna taste the spaghetti right now. See how it's coming along. That is good. Well, I hope you guys, wherever you are in the world, are having a good evening. And again, to my followers in California and the West Coast, well, I'll pray for you. You are all in our thoughts. I have a couple of close friends over in Oregon and Washington and California who I know are okay, but are saying that the smoke is disheartening to see, not to say the least. But like I said before, things will get better. Nothing is forever. Sometimes starting from scratch isn't easy, but it'll get better. I can't offer any other words of hope, because losing your home to something you can't control is something nobody should go through. Let's see. So tomorrow I may do a video, or not, but if you want, I'll be doing some blogging for my Facebook page. And if you want to follow that, like I said, it'll be in the description. Alrighty. Well, I guess this would be a good place to end. So I hope you guys had enjoyed the video and everything. Like I said before, make sure to like and subscribe below and everything. And I will see you all next time. Have a good night or good morning, depending on where you are. Alright guys, bye!